Organizations have different ways of communicating. Some organizations have emails that are primary source of communication, while some provide other venues like town halls and one-on-one communications. There are many different types of approaches. Today, I'm going to discuss several strategies and then focus on a particular strategy that is used in my organization. One of the strategies is an autonomous adaptive strategy, which is empowering lower level employees or other stakeholders in designing a form of change. So, in my organization, this recently happened when our mid level management team wanted a retreat. We empowered them to provide us with information on their retreat and actually did not approve their proposal. We had them go out, do their retreat, and come back to us with their results. We wanted to see what they would be able to do in a limited period of time and what they would be able to take away. As a result, I should say that while mostly everything went well, it wasn't as good as we would want a retreat to be. Secondly, is the autonomous programmed approach, which is empowering lower level employees or other stakeholders in designing a form of change. However, there should be a joint plan of change and it should be agreed to. So, this also recently happened in my organization where we've changed part of our curriculum in our third year of medical school. And we worked with the management team and we empowered them to ensure that they can make some of these changes. And we then all agreed on these changes and how we were going to implement it throughout the university. Not only were our staff happy, our managers were happy, and our executive leadership was happy. So that really worked out towards the benefit of everybody. The next approach we'll talk about is the rule-bound adapter approach, which is the team that is implementing is in control. There may be a preset initial vision of the change, however, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the goal. Everyone is encouraged to adapt to this change to fit the needs. So we've had that a little bit in my organization, I should say. Not everybody is rule-bound, so we try to go with different approaches. And lastly, we have the rule-bound programmed approach, which is the team that is implementing the changes in control and everyone is forced to change. Unfortunately, we've seen that a lot also, where, as an example right now, is we're going through a huge curriculum change through the first 2 years of medical school. While we have the curriculum team, which is in charge of implementing the change, everyone else is being forced within the change. So the faculty, operations, administration, everyone's being forced to kind of be part of that change with not a lot of dialogue, I should say. There are also different communication strategies that can be applied to either the implementer or stakeholders, such as disseminating information or soliciting feedback. So it's extremely important to provide information and then get some feedback. So what we typically do is we talk to our managers first and we get some of their feedback. And then we actually also ask them to go to their team meetings and have conversations with their teams and get feedback. While we may have some opposing views, it allows us to, if anything, alter the communication or alter the change that's going to occur if we see a large amount of information coming back to us, which is the same. And then we also have one-sided or two-sided messages. So within that, we're really looking to ensure that we get our message across, but it shouldn't always be negative. We should also talk about what's coming and what we can do to fix certain things, and not just what's coming without anything else. We also look at gain or loss frame, blank targeted messages, and discrepancy and efficiency. It's important to look at all of these aspects as it can frame your communication and your strategy of when approaching a conversation or when rolling out any initiative. Everything that we've described so far is important to any organization. I should say in my organization, it is very important. And for us, we really look at the autonomous program approach, where we're empowering our lower level employees and other stakeholders, but we really want a joint plan of change. So we've started to pilot this much more. As an example, I mentioned how we just rolled part of our curriculum. We're now talking about how we're rolling out new job descriptions and new job titles. So we're working with the managers along with the staff to kind of put that forward. So we'll see how that goes. And then finally, disseminating information, like I mentioned, is extremely important. It's important as we've seen some information does not get to the appropriate stakeholders, and then we are accused of not sharing information as needed. So we've developed a strategy where we meet with the managers once a week, and then we also send out a joint communication between the senior leadership and the management team at the end of the week. So we've seen that has worked well for us. Thank you so much.